So this summer, we made the change from youth activist training to youth leadership training, and that was somewhat a strategic choice in just understanding the climate, but also we really wanted, well, and I should add, we worked really hard to make sure the energy of activism was there. We did not want to lose that at all. We want to talk about the difficult issues, our youth. One of the things that really strikes me with the youth is how much they feel when they see community, when they see marginalized communities that are suffering, and they will not stand for it, and they say, this has to change. That energy was present, that was strong throughout. But another reason was we got to explore this idea of what does it mean to be a leader. Oftentimes we think of leader as the person who stands up front, it's the person with the plan, it's the person giving directions. The role and a time for that, and that is one way to be a leader. But we also wanted to explore all of the other ways that being a leader can show up, how we have so many different strengths and gifts, things that we're passionate about, and explore, well, what does it mean if I'm a young person who wants to be a leader? How can I bring these gifts of mine? What are the multiple ways that being a leader can show up? We wanted to give a few of our participants and volunteers an opportunity to share about that and what it meant, what they learned about what it means to be a leader. So first, I'm going to invite up Christian, who is a community organizer, just an incredible leader, growing leader in Colorado Springs, and he's worked with the program before, and he was here as an incredible volunteer, just offering so much to the youth. But I wanted him to give a chance to reflect on what it means to him to be a leader.
I'm always too short for these stand-up mics. Hi, everyone. My name is Christian Seal, and I'm a community organizer here in El Paso County. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and I'm going to tell you why. I grew up as poor as you can imagine, literally on the streets at times. At 14, my parents left me in Phoenix, Arizona on my own. I got lucky. Within a couple of years, I ended up in a foster family. A wonderful, caring single mother took me in, and she gave me a chance. She gave me mentorship and an opportunity to make something of my life. Now, why am I telling you this? It's because that is exactly what programs like this offer to our youth here in our community year on year. So I want to start by thanking you all so much for giving our youth this opportunity. Thanking you and thanking each of the volunteers and each of the programs that come to make this possible. Growing up, I didn't have programs like this. I didn't know where to turn when things got hard. I didn't know who I could look to for good advice. That's part of why I feel so lucky getting to volunteer for programs like this every year. I take about a week off from work and I come down to here, and I'm lucky enough to join you guys in this space and to help our kids not only connect with leaders and mentors across our community, people like our wonderful city council people, our lovely school board mentors, your leaders here at the church, as well as countless nonprofits such as Inside Out Youth Services and Sunrise. These are leaders that help to build our community and make it what it is. So having the chance for our kids to connect with these leaders, to see not just what it means to be a leader, but the different paths they can take to make a difference in their life is huge. It touches me in a way that tells me that the hardships I faced aren't ones that we are going to let continue repeating. I organize because I seek out a world where there aren't kids on the street starving, where when you grow up, when you go to school, you are given the opportunity to make something of your life, to build a stronger world, and to make our community what you believe it can be. That is why programs like this are so important. So once again, and one more time, thank you all so much for what you do and for making this possible. Give yourselves a round of applause. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you, and he truly was just a wonderful support throughout the week. And then I want to invite one of our youth up. I want to invite Jacob, I think you guys know, who was, again, fantastic having Jacob with us this week. Such an incredible writer, so much thought. Everything you say and offered, you could tell, just you're really speaking from who you are in such a beautiful way. And I want to just give you an opportunity to share, what did you learn about what it means to be a leader?
In my opinion, a leader is someone who can understand when they hear a good idea also know when to step down.
I think we could all agree that that is something we wish we would see in many of our leaders above us. But it is, again, so encouraging to see this, the wisdom and the maturity in our youth. And I want to leave us with one thing, something that's stuck with me in this week is one of the Sunrise members, there's a little bit of a challenge here to everyone. One of the Sunrise members, they had us introduce ourselves and share, well, what is an experience you've had as a youth kind of step into leadership spaces? And we all had stories either now or when we remember being a youth of, well, it can be hard to be a youth leader. People are often telling us, don't think too big. We've had people who have supported us. The Sunrise leader agreed with that, but said also, sometimes I feel like people will come up to me and say, you're so amazing, I love everything you do, we just need you to be in charge of everything. And she's like, oh, that's a lot. Like, A, that's kind of intimidating, but also, coming back to this idea of community, like we have to be in this together. We can't just say, here's one group, you guys lead, you guys do everything. We all have to show up in our different ways. And I'm so grateful for this congregation and the way that you clearly showed up for, the causes in general, but specifically our youth. Sharing your space this week was amazing. Some of our really key volunteers were members of the congregation. I don't know if anyone has mentioned Ben as such a key volunteer this week. I just wanted to give a very, fantastic work, really. And the final challenge I want to leave you with is just to think about, well, what does it mean for me to show up as a leader, and what do I have to offer to those around us? This is such a beautiful community. I really encourage everyone as we connect after the service, find someone to share something that, hey, this is something that I have, a way that I can show up as a leader, or a way that I hope that I can show up with as a leader. And then, to share that with someone, and then learn something from someone else. You might learn a new way to show up as a leader, or you might find a friend who has something you didn't even know that they have to offer. So it's just something we can, as we are connecting afterwards. And again, thank you so much for just a fantastic week and all the ways that you supported the community. We have one finer youth leader. Sam has been a graduate of this program before, and this summer she was in kind of a dual role of, I'm kind of participating, but I'm also kind of helping lead, so offering real guidance to the youth and kind of helping them through as they take their first steps, and Sam is just offering so much, continuing with that. So I also wanted to give her an opportunity to speak, share about the week and what it means to you to be a leader. How do you show up as a leader?
So like you said, yeah, I graduated last year, and if you were here for the service last year, you remember me. I came up and I talked. So when I went into I was signing me and my brother up for the service, the training, and I thought it had the question about what it is to be a leader, and I thought, man, there's a lot of things that go into being a leader. How am I supposed to just pick one? Because I've been around a lot of adults in my life, and I've seen really good leaders, and I've seen really bad leaders. So I try my best to set a good example. During the week, like I said, I was participating, but at the same time, I slept through our meeting at City Council. And what I took away from the whole training was not just what makes a good leader, but also what it means to be there for other people, but like Jacob said, knowing when to step down. Not just to step down so other people can take the lead, but to step down for yourself. There were multiple occasions during the training where I had to kind of go hide in a bathroom because I was uncomfortable. No one's fault, it was just me. And that was something that's something I don't usually do a lot out in public. I only do that at home. And so it was great to see other youth's opinions on politics and leadership and the different things going on in the world. I especially liked it when we had one member, Sean. He seemed really timid, but when it came down to it, and he started talking, I really liked I would listen to him talk all day. And it sparked a bit of pride knowing that I helped these people who are younger than me and my same age. I'm 17, in case you didn't know. And it was really cool to see everyone kind of stepping up and going, oh, well, what if we did this thing? Oh, I wanna make this into this, or what if we organize this sort of thing? And I think that kind of thought process is really important for young people to have and to express, because I'm not very good at expressing that. And it's cool to see that there are other people who are.